Today I'll be comparing Golding's novel, Lord of the Flies, to the Simpsons episode, DOS Bus. I'll compare and contrast the characters, themes, plots, conflicts, and main idea of each piece of media, and hopefully by the end you will have a much deeper understanding of this novel. First of all, let's discuss the characters in each. In DOS Bus, practically every character corresponds to a character in Lord of the Flies. Bart portrays Ralph, Nelson portrays Jack, Lisa portrays Simon, Cherry and Terry portray Sam and Eric, and Milhouse portrays Piggy. They practically all act like their corresponding characters, except the characters in DOS Bus are a slightly more satirized version. In the book, Ralph gets everyone together with the Conch for a serious meeting and discusses how they're going to thrive and their plans for the future. While in The Simpsons, the exact same thing happens, but in a much more comedic way as shown in this clip.
What's everyone's problem? I'm glad we're stranded. It'll be just like the Swiss Family Robinson, only with more cursing. We're gonna live like kings.
The characters are all satirized across the board, which is to be expected considering that this is The Simpsons. However, I think the main difference is how much more transparent The Simpsons characters are. In the novel, there are plenty of internal conflicts and struggles, and so many layers of emotion, while in the show the characters say what they mean, and they have one simple trait. Next, let's discuss the themes in each piece. I believe The Simpsons took some of the main themes in the novel that they believed to be the most important but left out the others. For example, the episode had the theme of primitivity and rules and order, but the rest they had to leave to the side. However, I think this is a good thing because it really gives a chance to enforce these two themes. Watch how well they convey the theme of rules and order in a comedic way.
Court is now in session. All rise. Nature rise.
Your Honor, the defense calls its first and only witness, Milhouse Van Houten.
As for the themes such as fear, power, and innocence, there is never anything extreme which conveys these themes. It is not as if they were deadly terrified as to beasts as they were in the novel. Thirdly, we will discuss the difference in the plot. Just like I said for the characters, the plot is heavily satirized. For example, this is a quote from the story, reading, "Kill the pig, cut her throat, bash her in." And this is the Simpsons version.
Oh, so you're one of them! So be it! Kill the dorks! Bash their butts!
Kick their shins!
Kill the dorks! Bash their butts!
Run away!
See, it is making a serious situation comedic. Another main difference in the plot is that the episode cut out the whole part about the children trying to get rescued. In the novel, there was a big difference in trying to find food and trying to make fire for a rescue, but in DOS Bus, this is nowhere to be found. They're all okay with just searching for food in the show, and no one even mentions starting a fire for rescue. Other plot differences are, they got a bus instead of a plane, it was supposed to be a field trip instead of an escape from London, and finally, the beast is a real pig opposed to just being an idea the boys created. Now let's discuss the difference in conflicts. I believe the conflicts are all pretty similar here. The four main conflicts in Lord of the Flies are man versus man, man versus society, man versus nature, and man versus self. All of these conflicts are in The Simpsons except for that last one, man versus self. In the episode, Nelson chasing Milhouse is man versus man, Bart running the trial is man versus society, and finally man versus nature is them just trying to survive, and when they go hunting for food. I believe the internal conflict was left out because the characters in DOS Bus just have to do what they think for time purposes. The episode is only 22 minutes, and with that short amount of time, you cannot have character development or inner struggle like in the novel. Finally, I will discuss the moral or the main idea of each piece. In the novel, the main idea is that people are savage or evil by nature, as shown by how quickly the boys turn on each other and let so many of their own die. I know that The Simpsons is not really meant to have a moral, however, the one that I decided on is that cooperation is essential for survival, because if you think about it, they would not have caught the pig if they still hated each other, but they put their differences aside and were able to find something to eat. Although, I do believe that each one of these themes can be found in the other to a lesser extent. But just looking how different the morals are shows you how these two media pieces have a lot of differences, not solely similarities. I hope you have learned about the differences between the two pieces and that it gives you some more insight on both. Thank you for listening.